Hi. I just need a break from work, and I just wanted to ramble about something you already know of, just my lightsaber that I made, and I wanted to kind of treat it like a lightsaber review that I watch on YouTube in my free time. Like, there's a bunch of people I watch that just collect like legit, metal lightsabers and things and talk about it and all that stuff. And I just wanted to just ramble about it because I've wanted to post stuff about it on YouTube and the Instagram page that me and Jake have, but I've just been repeatedly too lazy to post all of these great shots and things I have about it. So even though you know about this, if you just want to put something on the background, I'm going to discuss this in just a bunch of random different ways, and then I'm gonna turn it on. Yeah, so that's all I'm gonna do here. I'm going to try and point this down at the desk now, but if it doesn't work, then it'll just be like this again. So let's try it. All right, well, this is not the greatest of setups, like, at all, but we're gonna try it because I think it's kind of fun. So this is the stand. This is it the other way on the stand. So this is I like to say probably 90 to 95%, probably 95% accurate Darth Vader lightsaber from The Empire Strikes Back. The first main lightsaber I ever had that was like a kind of like legit cool lightsaber was a Darth Vader lightsaber. It was technically a New Hope Episode 4 version. But I always thought it was really cool. And then Jake had an Anakin Skywalker one, and we fought with those. And then he was always light side, I was always dark side, because I just wanted those ones. He had an Anakin, and then he got an Obi-Wan and a Qui-Gon Jinn lightsaber, and then I got a Darth Maul and a Kylo Ren one, so I was always red. I really like the Darth Maul hilt too. I really want to make a Darth Maul hilt like this. I really like that and his character. But either way, what I'm trying to get at is I did like the research aspect, but I also knew that it would just be incredibly cool to make a fully accurate Darth Vader lightsaber, because the first thing the first thing I ever 3D printed fully on my 3D printer was a Darth Vader lightsaber. And at the time, I was like, oh, that's actually Darth Vader's lightsaber. But this is like the peak.
This is his Empire Strikes Back version. That's why it has the wires, the longer grips. As you can see, this is, well, it's kind of hard to tell from here, but this is hollow. And that is because it fits around a Imperial Workshop Xenopixel scavenger lightsaber. Simple button right there that just presses in, and how this works is you unscrew the end. It's threaded, all 3D printed, but it has what's it called? Aluminum foil tape for the main silver parts to give it that really sold the look for me. And then I didn't actually do any finishing to the black parts, and it honestly looks pretty good unless you really get up close. Hold on, let me see if I can focus this. Oh, look at that. Oh,
Look at that. So that's it up close. We have the emitter. This is one of the most complicated parts to design. That's just a metal D-ring. I had to buy that, but as you can see, these are all 3D printed accent details. The screws were like the most last minute thing. I forgot about the screws, and I had to put those in. The wires, real wires that I made, I think at least 5 of these hilts. I made, obviously, all the test ones. I made, oh God, at least like 4 test hilts, and then I made, yeah, I think I've made at least 4, if not 5 of these. I think I've made at least 4, because I know I gave 2 of these to 2 teachers. One's in the display case at my school, and then obviously I have this other iteration right here. But I literally just took wires and shoved them in these open holes, and then just got my flush cutters and had to carve out these pieces and then slide sandpaper back and forth on the inside until it was smooth enough. Then we have the switch box. This has the silver tape on it. This does not. There's silver tape on this as well. I used clear. I bought a whole roll of clear filament just for the bubble strip. And as you can kind of see, this moves because there's actually an internal button system I made that just presses the button on this it just presses it. And then we have the T-grip section, pretty simple. And then obviously I just took off the pommel. That's what it looks like. Yeah, I won't screw that on just yet, so I guess I'll leave this off. I mean, leave this on for now. Really like the finish this ended up having on it. It's sized accurately. The first hilt I had was huge, and it was a very unwieldy. And then I made a thinner one that was really nice to hold, but it was like the grips were were more like the episode 2 one I previously made. That was the first ever sleeve kind of saber I made. Saber sleeve, that's what I would call this. It's really strong for what it is. You can see like this is the thickest part. It's even thinner than this on the rest of it. The reason it's so strong is because I made a sort of like hexagonal locking mechanism thing. You can see the little gap right in here. These are 2 separate pieces that fit, then it fits here, and then these 2 pieces lock into the switch box, and then this is obviously threaded, and then all of these are like, every piece is locked into place, so it not only looks really good, but there's a lot of work that went into, like I have an assembly with like, I think 30 parts, 25, 30 parts that went into this, that you just also can't see. There's 19 parts, and then if you really added up the separate T-grips you also printed, that's another 5, so that's 24. And then along with the tape and the finishing process and the wiring and the gluing and the metal pieces, it was definitely a process. It definitely takes literally like a day or 2 straight of kind of painting, working on. I really wanted to make more of these and sell these. And the main turnoff for that was not only college, obviously, but I had a couple of my whole box of the iterations, and I left it in my car when I went to work, and I came back later that day, and it was a hot summer day, and they had all somewhat warped and melted, and I was like, oh shit, how do I ship these if it's going to be warm and they could melt in the box? So I didn't want to make these and put all the effort in and have people pay a good, because I would charge a good amount of money for this, but all of that, and then people just get a melted saber. Like, that would really suck. So I may still do it, honestly. That's why I really wanted to get this out there, because if this somehow blew up, or not blew up, but enough that someone was like, that's pretty cool. Or like, I think what I could do is I could make another one and reach out to this one guy I know that talks about Etsy props. I actually found a video on my OneDrive a little while ago where I literally was showing this process and was going to send it to this one YouTuber I really liked before he blew up. And he already has a little. So maybe I'll send it to him. I'm going to put this on the saber now because I am definitely spending more time than I should here. So this is the Scavenger 2.0 that I got from Imperial Workshop. It's about $180. And the thing that was really cool about this idea was that if you buy a replica saber like this, of Vader saber, it's going to cost a couple $100, right? At least like 400 is probably the absolute minimum. I purchased this $160 and then $180 once you do the $20 shipping. It'd probably cost like $20 in materials max, honestly, just for this one saber, which is a lot cheaper than what, $200-300? Like, it's 10 times cheaper. So what's really cool is you can just slide it on at this point with my personal saber, but you basically just get the tip and it's really simple. You literally just slide, and I'll go back here. You slide it over, and what I was mentioning basically was I would just turn it upside down so that you can safely not mess with the button. You can just rotate it and line up the tip of the T-grip with the buttons or the screws and just keep sliding. Pull it until it won't go any further because of the lip at the emitter. And then that should, if you listen, that's pressing the button. So we can screw, and look at these tolerances, man, these tolerances. That's so thin in there, and this goes right, like, you probably can't appreciate this, but like right there, it goes right there, and it screws right in. That like makes my day. That is so cool. So now you have the assembled hilt. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the lights real quick. So I have this on volume level 3, I think. If I hold the button, it'll power on.
Powering on.
This saber with the Xeno actually still has gesture controls, so I don't have to use the button, but obviously I want to use the button right now. I want it to be focused. There we go. Okay. So now we're focused down low on here. So if I go ahead and push the button to activate it, look at that. Blaster effects. Lockup. So if you hold it and clash, that's clashing. Has tip drag if you hold it down. You can twist it. Oh, wait, wrong way. To turn it off, you just hold down. Has various different fonts. So if I go back a little bit, if you hold for the button for a second and let go, it cycles forward one font. If you hold it until it plays the sound, that means it's going backwards. This is an Ezra Season 1 font that for some reason is on yellow. I was hoping it was going to be a blue, but that's a good reason for me to show the color changing. So if you hold the button while it's pointed down and twist,
Color change active.
so you can see how the colors look on camera. This looks so cool. Look, it's like Vader saber. So we've got some blues. Got like a deep blue. That's like a indigo. Now we're getting purple and pink. There's a white. That's what's pretty cool, because if Vader turned back to the light side, canonically, he'd actually have a saber that's pretty white like this, and that's kind of cool. Go all the way back here. Solid blue for Ezra.
Color selected.
So I'm gonna lock it into. The thing about the blue, the deep blue, is it literally completely overpowered the camera. Watch that. Look at that. That's what I think is so cool about this. I'm gonna do a shot where it shows me up here spinning it a tiny bit, but this is, as you just saw,
The Dark Lord revisited.
like, look at that. Look at that, and I hold it. It's got a stand, you know what I mean? This is basically a replica saber, and I could sell these if I could literally, if I wanted to make a profit. Let's say I bought all the materials pre-hand, probably $100 to get all the materials set up, right? If I had a printer or two going, I printed the pieces. I could print, if I had two printers, one printing all the black parts, one printing all the silver, I could print everything in a day. And that's with just standard FDM printers with no Bamboo Labs, no like crazy fast printing. If I just printed these on like standard, like my CR10 type stuff, it would take like a day straight at most of printing all the sets of pieces. And then it takes a day or two to assemble them. And I could just not paint these. I could paint these. I could offer various things. I could offer the non-taped one or something, like just a kit for maybe a little bit less. Or maybe I should just offer the finished saber. But I guess I could have the option of sanded black or not sanded. Because remember, this is the not sanded. And this is still what it looks like. Right, I'm trying to really get that detail. Like, there's little things like that, but if I weather it a little, which looks more accurate anyways, then you're good, man. But no, I would love to make these and sell these, like, over the summer, or even, hell, now. Maybe not now, but, like, I think it'd be cool to polish this up, make a nice polished video, and send it to Finding the Force, because he does Etsy prop stuff and he could talk about it, and then that would just be cool. And then if people are interested, I could make more of these hilts, and you can purchase these, and you could basically buy this hilt. You could buy this saber and this hilt. Maybe I'd charge, oh, that's what I was saying at one point. I could charge just maybe, let's say $30 and still make a profit from just this hilt. I could charge more. I could charge 50. Hell, I could charge 100. People might still buy it. But the truth is, I just want this kind of stuff to be accessible to the people that can't have it. So it's not fully dual worthy. I'll switch the camera now. What I was saying is I want these hilts to be affordable and have people like me that are younger, like as a kid, be able, not necessarily a kid, but like collectors that don't want to break the bank, be able to have this. Because I'll admit, this is still an expensive lightsaber, but the Disney lightsabers at Galaxy's Edge, all these places, they cost like at this rate, they're costing 200. Like high hundreds, 200 for a saber. And usually they're thicker and plasticier, and you know what I mean, not the same. And some people want the Disney products, and I get that, but like the licensed products. But this,
Color change active.
full color.
Color selected.
And if you really want to, basically full. Hell, if you were to hit that on the ground or drop it, yeah, it might break. But like, you can hold this. You can. Oops, I twisted it.
The Dark Lord.
It's so cool. And I can make hilts like this for, oh, this video is so long, I just realized. Oops. This is gonna take like a day to upload YouTube. I just really like talking about this, and I still feel pretty passionate about this project because it's fun to make these sabers. And I already was gonna make a Kanan one, and I was really committed to making a Maul, a Kanan, a Qui-Gon, an Obi-Wan. I almost finished an Obi-Wan for Jake, but I didn't end up fully doing it because they're not gonna. The problem is Vader's. I could probably make a Graflex or two, but that's the problem, is this one is fully accurate. This one's fully accurate. The other ones I would make probably wouldn't be fully accurate, and that's the thing that's a bit sad, is it's like, if it's not fully doable, it's not, like, with all the drawbacks that this can have, you might as well just buy the actual ones. Like, there's definitely questions, and it's for a specific niche of people, but I think it could be pretty cool. Yeah. Look at that. That's so cool. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. So that was me just rambling for a bit. I really gotta go get back to work, but I don't know. This is cool. This is cool, man. And you just unscrew it. Look at that. Once you break into it, it's like breaking into shoes. It's a little stiff at first. Easily comes off. Slide that right off. Throw the saber. Have the hilt. And now you're good. Right there. You can maybe hang on your belt. But you can also buy a stand that maybe I'll charge like $10 for. 10, 15, because the stand is actually kind of thick, so maybe I should charge like $10, $15. But you go like that. Oh, wrong way. You go like that, sit it right on there. You can sit it in any orientation as long as it lines up with the T-grips. There, just that way, whichever way you really want. Yeah, because if you really wanted to showcase more of it, you could turn it. How did I just turn it that way? You could turn it that way. You could do it a little more this way. Like, that's pretty cool. That shows a lot of it. There's so many cool things about this that I could do. And I can just say inspired hilts. It's a cool idea. It's a really cool idea. I would honestly still love to make one more of those and send it to Farming the Force. I think that would be really cool. Alright, I gotta fucking go. I love you. I see you in a week, and then you see this in a week. That's so cool. Okay. I love you. Mwah.